Hi, it's Elizabeth Pittenger here, and I'll be teaching you how to complete page 464, number 34. For this problem, we'll be finding the values of R, S, T, U, and V, and W, and explaining the procedure in which we found these values. We'll be finding 45, 45, 90-degree triangles and explaining how we found them, and the same with 30, 60, 90 triangles. Just a little background information on the figure we'll be solving, which is a spiral of Theodorus. This is Theodorus. He was a Greek philosopher who worked with Plato and was published in one of Plato's famous works. His philosophy was that his spiral started with a right isosceles triangle, and the spiral continued until the square root of 17, the last unoverlapping figure. So with each hypotenuse in the triangle, you would increase the amount by 1. To find r, we could do one of two things. Use the Pythagorean theorem to find it, or decide that this is a 45, 45, 90-degree angle, which it is, because these two sides are equivalent, so we can call them both x. And then since this side goes here and this side goes here, and they're both equivalent, we can call them 45 degrees. And in the postulate 45, 45, 90, the hypotenuse is x square root of 2, and x in this case is 1, so this side, or r, is square root of 2. To find s, we'll be using the Pythagorean theorem by adding 1 squared plus square root of 2 squared equals s squared. So as you can see, s came out to square root of 3 because when you square both of these, it comes out to 3 equals s squared, and you would just square root it to get rid of the power. So now we'll be trying to find the value of t. So we'll find square root of 3 plus the square root of 1 equals u squared, essentially. So as you can see, following the spiral of Theodorus pattern, u equals square root of 4. Excuse me, instead of u, it would be t. So it would just be the same thing except for t, because we're finding this. Now we're actually going to find the square root of, or the value of u by adding 1 squared plus square root of 4 squared equals u. So continuing on with this pattern, it would be square root of 5 because of the Pythagorean theorem here. So square root of 5. Now I'll be finding v by 1 squared plus 5 square root, square root of 5 squared equals v. Continuing on with the pattern, v equals square root of 6. And we can assume, because of this pattern, that w will probably be the square root of 7, but we'll check. W is square root of 7 because of the Pythagorean theorem again, of course. 1 squared plus square root of 6 squared equals 1 plus 6 equals w squared, then 7 equals w squared, and then square root of 7 equals w. So w equals square root of 7. To answer the questions, which one is 45, 45, 90 degree, we discussed in the beginning how this first triangle would be 45, 45, 90, because these two angles we could call x, and then x squared root of 2. So 1 square root of 2 is x square root of 2, or square root of 2. And then for 30, 60, 90, we could say that this third triangle would be 30, 60, 90 because of the ratio. So these are the ratios for the 30, 60, 90 triangle. X, which equals 1, would be at the top, like it is. X square root of 3, or just square root of 3 in our case, would be on the side, which it is. And then 2x equals 2 times 1, so 2. And if you simplify square root of 4 equals 2. It equals 2. So that's how you would say 30, 60, 90. Hope this tutorial helped you. Have a good day. Thank you.